Who remembers the BJ and Bill show all those years ago on WOLZ? Well, many have said they missed the show, and guess what? They're back. Welcome to the BJ and Bill podcast.
Welcome to BJ and Bill, the podcast, a part of the Podcast Playground Network. Please give us that 5-star review. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your favorite podcast. And of course, that would be this one right here, BJ and Bill, the podcast. Also, you can always email us, BJ and Bill, the podcast at gmail.com, as we welcome you to episode 114.
Woo-hoo. Yay. Awesome. Now this is an interesting show because this will be our most time travel-y show ever. Because as you know, as we always say, we record on a Monday. So when you hear this show, when it drops on Wednesday, two massively important things will have happened. That election thing.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Oh, God.
Hallelujah.
Oh, God.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. No more TV commercials for people I don't know and don't care about.
Oh my God. I just want to shoot my TV. I want to shoot my TV for two reasons.
And the other reason BJ might shoot his TV, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will have played the Kansas City Chiefs, and we will know the outcome of that game. You will know the outcome of that game, even though we do not as we record this. But BJ is here with us today in his Baker Mayfield Tampa Bay Buccaneers red jersey, looking sharp.
I was going to wear my new red Tampa Bay hat, and I have my they're not really Tampa Bay, but I have my red tennies on too. So
wow,
I'm going all in. They could pull off an upset tonight.
Fully representing. So good for you. Good for you. And I'm in my Gator blue. Again, nobody can see the pictures, but I'm in my Gator blue t-shirt today. So yeah. So there you go. So
now this morning waking up, I know how the Dallas Cowboy fans feel. So disappointed in the Cowboys. They had a chance to beat the Atlanta Falcons, which would help the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes.
But, could they pull that off? No, they could not.
No, they could not. Thanks for nothing, Dak. Thanks for nothing, CD.
Stephen A is going to be happy this morning, and I am sad.
I was texting a friend. Would you like to lifeline? Text a friend. I was texting a friend, an old lady friend. No, she's not old. A lady friend who was an old friend in Georgia, who is the biggest Bulldogs fan ever. The biggest Bulldogs fan ever. Georgia Bulldogs, which was Saturday, and Ohio State was playing Penn State, and I texted her and I said, "Oh my God, you actually want to root for Ohio State, for the Buckeyes?" She said, "Why the hell would I ever do that?" And I said, "Because Penn State is 3, Buckeyes are 4. That'll shake up the top 10 rankings even more, and you will have an even better position should you win your game." And of course, Georgia went on to win their game. So, but she said, "No, I'm sorry, I can't root for the Buckeyes." I said, "All right, I get it. I understand. You're okay." So anyway, that was the crazy weekend of football that was, and the better football, the game that BJ and I will be glued to, and no doubt texting back and forth madly tonight, Monday Night Football with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be tough.
The way my AFib has been lately, I may just skip that game.
You can't.
I don't know if my heart can take it or not, but I hate to say this out loud.
Uh-oh.
But I don't think, you always have a chance.
You always have a chance.
But it's
not so much.
If I was a pronounsticator on one of them big television stations and going,
yes,
they go, "Hey, BJ, what's your pick?"
Oh, sure.
I would have tears coming down my eyes, but I would say probably Kansas City is going to win the game.
Well, they kind of are undefeated. So yeah.
But
but
upsets do happen.
On any given Sunday. That's the oldest cliche in the sport. On any given Sunday, any given football team can beat any other football team. That's why they play the game.
The game.
That's right. Thank you, Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson? I think.
I don't know who said that, but
I
they
don't
put him out.
either. That's why they play. All right, now you're going to make me look it up. So I'm going to look that up.
While you're looking that up, I'll also say NASCAR sucked yesterday too. So
Right? What's up with that?
I just don't. I don't like the new. I don't. They've been doing it now for probably 4 years. I just don't like this new win and you're in. And I think it should be like like they have actually two champions. They do have like
Uh-huh.
what they call the points champion, and then they have the overall tournament champion, which I think is stupid. You really can't have two champions. You can
Right?
only have one champion. But this playoff system that NASCAR has is full of baloney.
Okay. Okay.
And then of course yesterday
Right?
it was even worse because the ending, there should be four drivers that go on to the, final four, as they say. And whoever
Right.
gets the best finish in the last race in Phoenix wins the championship.
Right.
Well, I will say this too. Certain drivers have a better chance at winning at different tracks.
Yes.
So they have the championship. It used to be in Miami, and now it's in Phoenix for the last 3 years, or maybe the last 3 years. And
Right.
so I think they need to shake that up a little bit more and not have the final race every year at the same track, because you're giving an advantage to different cars and different, I
Right.
don't know. I just,
Is that I get it. No, I do. It would be like having a Super Bowl in the same place every year. It wouldn't. Well, I mean, it's different for different reasons, but like because the tracks are different. Is it still Phoenix International Raceway? Is that still the track there? Has that been there
yes.
for 40 years? That's the only NASCAR race I've ever been to in my life, was when I lived in Phoenix, and that is a tiny track. Tiny. I mean, size wise, oval wise, it's only like
Not, it's not that tiny, but they don't
they've
consider
probably,
that, they don't
yeah.
consider it a short track, but they consider it, yeah.
I'm
It's
sure. Well, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing that in the 30 years since I've been there, they've probably modified it and maybe even extended it. I don't know, but I remember it being a very small. I mean, again, in NASCAR terms, it's not like Daytona kind of a thing. Anyway, I don't know, but I get it. I hear your frustrations there. Yes.
so that I'm to the point where I don't even want to watch it anymore. And then of course I'm to the point where I don't want to watch football anymore. You know, thank God the Warriors are winning. Knock on
Hey, hey,
wood.
hey! They're winning, but are they the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Well, they're like undefeated right now, aren't they?
Undefeated, 7-0.
I think they're like playing them in the next game or two. That game is coming up.
Nice,
So that'll be
nice.
a fun one to watch. If I
Yeah,
get it here. I don't pay. I'm a tightwad. I don't pay the extra to
I
get
understand.
all the games, but
I understand. I
if
was
it
gonna
is on
say,
television, it'll be a good one to watch.
it's the only thing Cleveland sports fans have to get out of bed for now is the Cavaliers, and that's fine. I mean, Guardians did okay, got into the playoffs, got into the baseball playoffs, quickly knocked out. Cleveland Browns are a dumpster fire. So, and then the Cavaliers doing pretty good. So there you go. All right. That's our sports roundup for the week, folks. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Like I said, I think all the sports are dead to me. I'm going to go back to wrestling. At least when somebody loses, I know that it's because of Vince McMahon or who's ever in charge of writing the script. It's not because my team sucks. It's because the writers suck.
At least the outcome was already set up. So
Yeah.
to answer the question that we had a few moments ago, the line, "That's why they play the game," is actually attributed to Chris Berman of ESPN, of Boomer.
Oh, okay. I like
So
Chris.
good for him. Good for him.
Good friends
Yeah.
with my son, actually.
Chris Berman?
Yeah.
I met him on a golf course in a pro-am in Naples, Florida, again, 25, 30 years ago. And honest to God, he was on the 18th and I was in the crowd, and it was just like a Saturday. It was like nobody there. There was 50 people watching or something. He had a long, long putt on 18. He whacked it, and I yelled, "It might go all the way. And it got a look, but it didn't really, it didn't make Sports Center that night. Let's put it that way.
Oh, man.
I know it should have, but it didn't.
Still got a little ways, but we are now in November, right?
Yes. Well, yes, we are. That's
November 15th. We said we'd talk about it as it got closer.
What's that?
The boxing match between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, Friday night, November 15th.
I've seen the commercials for that too. I mean, I'm sure the pay-per-view is, I've never paid for a pay-per-view boxing, and I'm not going to start now, but that might be interesting. That would be interesting. I wonder if it'd be like at a local bar or something. Well, I could go watch it for a couple of bucks.
What it is, though,
yes,
it is kind of pay-per-view, but if you have Netflix or know someone who has Netflix, that's where the fight will be. BJ Odom has Netflix, doesn't he? No, but my son does. Maybe I can get his password somehow. Although they're the ones that are really cracking down on.
They're cracking down on that. Yeah, they're not letting that.
All of them are now.
Right, but your son. Here's how evil this is, and kids don't do this at home because it's wildly illegal. But your son could set up his iPhone FaceTime camera, and we could watch it on FaceTime. He could send it out to us as a FaceTime conversation. Kids, do not do that. Do not do that. That is illegal, copyright violation. Do not do that. I am merely putting it out there as an idea.
Let me see. So it's not this weekend. It's next Friday.
Next weekend. Yeah. Next weekend.
I might have to tell the son that Dad's coming to visit.
Watch the fight. There you go.
Yeah.
I hope. I've never been a huge Mike Tyson fan, but I hope he beats the snot out of him. I hope Mike Tyson just destroys this kid.
I don't know. This is another one. I will let Bill go to work here on his computer if he would quickly. What are the odds, or what is Vegas saying? Because
right,
Vegas is going to be working this fight.
Right, boy, there's going to be on fight. If I just put that on Tyson fight, let's put
Tyson Paul.
Yep, Tyson Paul. All right. Mike Tyson odds list Paul as the -330 favorite, which means risk 330 to win 100, with Tyson a 250 underdog. Underdog, really?
Oh yeah, he's.
Well, I mean, he's old. I get it.
He's like 60 years old. This other guy's like, built like a rocket ship. And what is he like? Not even.
Have you seen the videos of Tyson working out? He is ripped. I mean, he's putting in the work. Let's put it that way.
Well, he doesn't want to look like a.
I get it.
He doesn't want to look like a. But who was the famous fighter though? Was that Holyfield or somebody else did one of these fights where they were gonna, thought they were still tough, and they fought someone younger.
Right.
And I think when you're on top of the mountain and you leave on top of the mountain,
right,
you should stay on the mountain.
I get it. Yes.
But but hey, every once in a while somebody likes those big paydays, so they go, I'll get my butt whooped for like couple $1 million or
I'm sure. I'm no doubt. So anyway, Tyson 58 years old currently. There you go, and Jake Paul is a heavy favorite. Interesting. I understand how these numbers work, but not greatly. Like it says, Jake Paul -275 on DraftKings. That means you got to put up $275 to win another 100. So I get it, but boy, these sports books, these sports apps, the DraftKings and all of that are going to have a field day with that. I mean, that's crazy. But anyway, it's okay. I'm surprised that Jake Paul is that much of a favorite. I really am. But like you said, Tyson, 58 years old. Okay, I get it. He's not going to be Iron Mike like he used to be, but hopefully not. Hopefully he's not Rusty Mike. There you go.
So that's it.
That's it. Awesome.
So that was a good little sports wrap we had.
Kind of was for the first 15 minutes of the show.
Now,
Thank you
now,
for
now,
hanging in there with us. Thank you to our audience members. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us as BJ and Bill get to rant about sports for a few minutes, and then we go out and talk about other things.
we did get we have a video that's up on a few channels like Facebook, and I put it on my Instagram.
What's that?
Got a little feedback on my Instagram.
What's that? Have I
We were
seen
talking
this?
about we were talking a little bit about that marijuana,
The
amendment.
law in Florida, right? The amendment in Florida to change the law for
Somebody's
use
watched
of
too many
marijuana.
commercials. They go, "You need to know more about the law. I like marijuana, but it's a bad law." I go, anytime they make it legal, it's not a bad law.
Well, I've seen the commercials for both sides. Of course, you can't avoid it in Florida. I mean, good God, there are no other commercials for anything other than politics at this moment. And I don't understand. I mean, I think I've seen enough TV commercials, but the problem is you watch one TV commercial and it's the best thing in the world, and you watch the other commercial and it's like, this is straight from Satan. So I don't know which one is right. So again, that's why they position it that way. But the anti-marijuana commercial makes it sound like you would be able to smoke weed anywhere, which is obviously not true because you can't even smoke cigarettes in a restaurant. So I can't imagine the law would allow smoking weed in a restaurant where it wouldn't allow cigarette smoke. I can't imagine that, but I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Now, did you recognize anyone in the anti-smoke commercial?
But there have been so many commercials for so many different things.
The one that does the lady who doesn't want it in the parks.
Oh, I see that. Yes. Can you imagine in the smoking weed in the parks where I bring my kids? I've seen that. I've seen her a dozen times. And is she somebody famous?
I think she is, but I can't 100% assure you of this. But I am almost sure that's Ron DeSantis' wife.
Really?
It sure does look like her.
I can't. Well, I was going to say something stupid, like I can't imagine that the governor's wife would get involved in something like that, but anything's possible. Besides, why would? All right, I'm just going to say it flat out. I don't know, but what's her? I forget her name. Okay, Governor. How are you going to make me look that up again? Ron DeSantis wife in TV commercial?
Or
Question mark? All right. Ron DeSantis' wife releases powerful. Casey is her name. I knew that. Yeah, no. In new ad, Florida First Lady attempts to, and this was 2 years ago. No, it was about she's done some cancer related stuff.
Oh, well, she did some for her husband.
Right.
Last year.
Yes, of course.
But it sure does look like her. I mean, a lot of people have people that look similar to them, and it's not like I know her personally where I hang out with her and can automatically see her and go, oh yeah, that's her.
Right. That's my friend Casey there. Yeah.
But the wife and I both believe that sure does look like her, or somebody that looks damn close to her.
Oh, wait a minute. I think BJ Odom is right, ladies and gentlemen. I think he is right. Here is an article from a TV station in Orlando, down your way. And it says, during this election cycle, the CEO of Florida's largest marijuana company is going up against Governor Ron DeSantis, who are trying to block the passage of Amendment 3. As part of the No on 3, here it is, and I quote, as part of the No on 3 campaign, some of the governor's top surrogates were in Central Florida Wednesday to make the case against legalizing this whole thing, like what the state of Florida is going to be like if this passes. It stinks, said Florida First Lady Casey DeSantis. Oh, is she on the TV commercial or not? Or is she just doing the thing?
I'm thinking it's her.
TV commercial, but she has been out there arguing against it. So there you go. I would think it would say if it was her on the TV commercial, and there's her picture, and boy, it sure does look like she was the one on the commercial. So I'm going to say, I'm going to give the odds of that. If I were a Vegas odds maker, I would say that you are right, BJ Odom, that might be. But I would think, wouldn't they put her name on it, or would that be?
No, that I don't know.
Maybe that might not be kosher for election rules. I'm not sure. Right.
But
interesting.
She's just a married spouse. If she wants to, star in television commercials, I don't see where there would be anything illegal about that.
Right. And I mean the other,
and if she's out there campaigning against it,
right?
I think that might be her.
And there's actually another Florida ballot amendment, and I think it's the abortion one. I don't remember, that Trump is in. That Trump, they just used a snippet of the video of him. Boy, we're going down this political rabbit hole, and I don't know enough about it to really figure on it. So I don't know.
All I really know is by the time you hear this,
it will be decided.
Well, I don't know if it'll be decided, but it'll be over.
Actually, I will admit, I have listened to several political podcasts of hopefully people who give it a little thought rather than just spout off about things. And one of the political watchers even said, actually, Florida is one of the best. Florida, when polls close, Florida has a law that every county must report within like 90 minutes or something like that. It's the law in Florida. And he says, Florida is one of the best. He says, that would be nice if other states, had that. So anyway, I guess we'll know. Yes, you will know as you are listening to this podcast, you will know what happened to all those amendments that BJ and Bill are ranting about right now, and we have no idea.
I'm not really ranting about it. And I could,
right.
If it passes, it passes. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Right.
Like I said, on the last podcast, in case you missed it, I had a little experience in my younger years, and that is why I am 100% for legalizing and having it regulated.
Right.
And if you want to know what that story is, I'm not telling it again. You must listen to episode 113.
Go back to episode 113 of the BJ and Bill podcast. I'm sure all of our listeners have probably already consumed that several times just to make sure they didn't miss anything, but just in case.
What's really weird? I had a dream last night.
Ooh, tell me more.
That you and I were getting ready to do our podcast.
Yeah.
And we were like in we had a little space with a little, like microphone. We had a microphone, and it was all set up, and it was a beautiful little studio.
Oh, we were in the same room together.
Yeah, we were in the same room. We were getting ready to do the podcast. This is great. Then we were having some issues with the microphone. Isn't that funny? We had issues this morning I just thought of that. We had issues this morning before we started the podcast. Oh my God, my dreams came true. But
so anyway, we were in the same room. So more on that in a minute. We were in the same room trying to record this podcast. What happened?
And we were having problems. And so I go, but it was like this big company. And I go, well, this is kind of cool because now we have this, and we're on a big network. I was probably thinking of the podcast network. I don't know for sure, but whatever it was, we were there and we were having problems. And then when we had everything fixed and we were ready to go, it was like a phone bank, where there's people lined up all the way down.
To calling into the show? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. They're not calling into the show. They were there ready to do their own podcast.
Oh.
And I go, how is this going to work? We're around 1,000 people and they're all doing a podcast. And you're going to hear all the podcasts at the same time because we're all in the same room. What idiotic imbecile designed this?
Did you ever get an answer to your question, or
no,
did you
I
wake
woke
up
then. I woke up from the dream changed, and
right.
I don't know, it was dancing ladies or something. I don't
remember. So, like BJ said, ladies and gentlemen, for about 10 minutes before this podcast started its recording session, BJ Odom was having problems with his microphone and eventually had to even change the microphone he uses. I know you can't see it or hear it, but it was an interesting little 10 minutes there of trying to figure out what the heck was going on with the hardware.
And now I still don't know what's wrong because I don't know. It's very technical, people, and I don't want to get into it.
It's not that technical. It's
Yes,
not
but
that.
okay,
I know. I understand.
my
Right.
microphone goes through a board,
Yes.
and I listen to you through the headphones that goes through the board.
Yes.
Well, my microphone always goes through the board to you, and I hear you. And
I understand.
oh,
This is
hold
all
on.
kind of inside radio for people, and they don't really care. But I understand there is a technical process for you to plug in your microphone and your headphones so that you can talk and listen at the same time. I get it.
Right.
Right.
So, but the microphone wasn't working, but the headphones were, and you would think if one was working, the other should be working. So now I'm using a microphone that I plug directly into the computer, which is a totally different microphone than the one that goes through my board. I
Nobody
know
cares.
it's complicated, but it's like doing the Rubik's cube, and you have no reason why it's not working.
Nobody cares. Nobody. But it's a good story that you had the dream of the problem, and then here it kind of sort of showed up in real life. Wow. Okay. Why don't you like dream about winning the lottery or something
I
really,
know.
interesting? I mean, something fun. So,
Or
yeah.
trying to think of someone that wouldn't get me in trouble, but I better shut up.
I know. This week I'm dreaming about winning the lottery because my car is, I love my car. It's treated me well for years and years, but I can tell that it needs like some work. I can feel it in the car, the way it drives. And I'm thinking, that's going to be a lot of money. And so I'm kind of getting mentally prepared to have some guy in a auto repair shop tell me, yeah, it's going to be, it's going to be a number with a comma in it, so whatever.
Yeah, when it gets to that point, that's when you say, it's time to get a different car.
It might be. I'm not, the problem is that would be a bit of a financial challenge at the moment. So, I guess we need to, I don't know, start selling more ads on this podcast or something. I don't know, but it's all good. I'll figure it out.
Well, you were door dashing yesterday in the afternoon. How was that?
I do. I still do that. And the thing I really love about I don't love DoorDash, but the thing I like about the ability to work for them is like, I'm bored now. Let's see if they need help on DoorDash. And if they do, then I sign myself in and I go out and I make a few dollars and then I come home when I want. It's not like working a job where it's like 9 to 5. You got to show up. You got to be in uniform, whatever. So I do like it. And usually late afternoon when I'm getting bored or I've, done my podcast work or done my computer work here at home, it's like, let's see. And then I'll go out and I'll just a couple, 3 hours in the afternoon and, make, I don't know, 50, $75, something like that. And it adds up. So, hey, I do enjoy it. Because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't get out of the house very much. I'm kind of,
maybe
I'm a
I
hermit.
should do that.
I'm a hermit.
Now, let me ask you, does Five Guys deliver?
I have delivered. I have done a DoorDash delivery from Five Guys a few times. Yes.
So the wife and I,
yes,
we were in Tampa because I had an appointment there at Tampa General.
Right.
And we stayed overnight in a hotel because we had to be there one day. And then the next morning we had to be there like at, 6 o'clock in the morning. And it's like, let's just get a hotel. Let's just stay in Tampa, make it simple. So we went to Five Guys, one of the nights that we were staying at the hotel.
Wow.
And so we're sitting there enjoying our Five Guys, but I've noticed all these bags were like to-go bags. And of course, I think all of you DoorDash guys look the same. When you come into one of these restaurants, you're looking at your phone, you have your phone open, you show them your phone, they give you the bag, and you take off.
That you nailed it. Absolutely.
I swore we ate there while my wife was having her hot dog.
Hot dog? How can you go to Five Guys and have a hot dog?
That's what she likes. She likes their hot dogs.
All right, I get it.
I had the little burger, which it's a little. They call it the little burger. It's not a double. It's a single.
Right.
And all
Monster
of a sudden,
bag of fries.
And I look up there, and I go, man, there's a lot of to-go bags. Then I started seeing these guys just one after another. I go, man, they must do one hell of a DoorDash business.
Honest to God, I see this now with lots of places. It's not just Five Guys. Five Guys is super popular. I get it. Now you in Tampa, I mean, in a downtown area restaurant like that, yeah, they're probably crazy busy. My Five Guys, not as busy. Still, I've been in there a few times. But many of the restaurants I go into, I am sure that 50% of their business is takeout, is DoorDash, Uber Eats, people coming in and picking up their own stuff. We are just that's just the way it's done nowadays. You know, nobody stays in well, I mean, some people stay in a restaurant now and then, but unbelievable. There's in Gainesville, on the main road where the big shopping center is, Archer Road, for those of you who know it, exit 385. There's fast food restaurants lined up like most, like a lot of popular highway exits. There's Chick-fil-A restaurants. There's 2 Chick-fil-A restaurants, and you can see one from the other. I'm not going to say it's directly across the street, but it's almost directly across the street from it. So no matter which way you're going on Archer Road in Gainesville, you got a Chick-fil-A. Now, the second one, which they took over a Wendy's or a drive-thru or a Dunkin' Donuts, they took over a small restaurant. No inside seating. It's drive-thru and pickup only. And that, I think, is becoming the new style, that nobody goes into one. I pick up stuff from McDonald's now and then. I don't like to, but I pick up stuff from McDonald's now and then. Nobody's ever eating in those places. It's all drive-thru all the time. So go figure. I think that's
now. I don't want to pick on McDonald's, but I will.
Go ahead.
When you go into McDonald's now, like let's say you actually go into the restaurant.
Yeah.
There's a brand new McDonald's right down the road from us.
Right.
The other day I was out doing errands and the wife said, "Hey, why don't you pick up a sandwich at McDonald's?"
Right.
So I got out of my car. I went inside.
Right.
Nobody there to wait on me.
Nope.
Not a single person. You got the little computer.
Yep.
And I always screw it up. Every time I try to order on one of those computers, I mess it up.
Right.
Well, I go, well, this ain't happening.
Right.
And I left, got in my car, and went through the drive-up. It's like not even.
So did you try and talk to a human? Because like the McDonald's I go into, same thing. They have 4 of these big giant computer monitor kiosks, they call them, and you can just tap on it and order what you want. And then eventually they call your name and, they hand you the bag of stuff. They do have a regular ordering station, a cash register where a human can, but nobody ever uses it and nobody's ever standing there. And nobody, it's like it's a leftover. It's a leftover from days gone by.
Well, this is a brand new store.
Right.
So they had one window where you picked up your food.
Right.
Like almost like a drive up. And I did see that they had one place where, you paid.
Oh, really?
But I think you had to go through the computer and then you go and show them your ticket and then you pay them there.
Oh, really? Well, I mean, you can pay at the computer, at the kiosk too, at the video screen.
Well, maybe that's it. Cause no one was there.
Nobody was there to explain it to BJ.
Let me go. Me, I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Now, I will say thank you to McDonald's for this reason and this reason alone. I usually take my giant coffee cup with me while I'm out doing my DoorDash thing, and I'll have coffee and then it's empty. And, so whatever you can. The nice thing is you're in all these restaurants. You can use the bathroom when you need to. That's fine. I get it. McDonald's still has their soda pop machine out in the lobby somewhere. So, I'll just refill my giant coffee cup with Diet Coke now. Thank you very much, McDonald's.
Now,
on my way.
This new McDonald's?
Right. No drink machine.
No drink machine.
Yeah, no, you got to ask. Yeah, I know. But until they change over all the fast food ones, and some of them are like that now, I get it. But my McDonald's, I mean, they've updated it over the years, but it's still pretty much a traditional McDonald's. Anyway, whatever. We're having.
I've got some more food complaints, but I think we're like due for a break.
Yes.
Which we must take so we can pay some bills and maybe pay some of our own bills.
All right, folks. Yeah, we will do that. Let's take a quick break. If you need to dash out to McDonald's and get a burger, put the podcast on pause and come back. and I'm going to go refill my coffee, and we will be right back. Welcome back. This is BJ and Bill, the podcast. And as always, if you are enjoying this podcast as much as we enjoy bringing it to you, well, please stop by wherever you get your podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube Music. We're on all of them. Apple Podcasts, of course. Leave us that 5-star review, and we appreciate that. If you want to leave your comments or your questions or your jokes or your pictures, our Facebook page, just do a quick search for BJ and Bill Podcast on Facebook, and you'll find us real easy. And so we're back, and BJ was going to rant a little bit more about fast food restaurants, I guess. What's up now? Who's next in your gun sights?
Well, let me go. Let me start with Arby's, but a lot of companies are doing this. So right. I see an ad for Arby's.
Arby's, yes.
It's like, get 2 beef and cheddars for $3.
$6, $3 a piece.
Maybe it was. I thought it was $3 for. I think it was $3 for.
Maybe you had a sale going on. Anyway, I'm sorry. Don't let me interrupt your story.
It was a really good deal.
Okay,
so
cool.
I go in. I go. I want the 2 beef and cheddars for $3.
Right.
Or whatever it was.
Right.
$5. Whatever it was. They go, well, you have to order that on the app. I go, what do you mean I have to order it on the app? Well, the only way you can get that price is to order it on the app. And McDonald's is doing the same thing. Like they have all these, a daily special. If you order it on,
they do.
On the app.
Yep.
And I'm going, I can't order it? Nope, got to order it on the app. I'm not going to say what I actually told him I told him to stick his beef and cheddars. No, I didn't.
I had that at a pizza place at Marco's Pizza. They're in Florida. I don't know if they're all around the country, but Marco's Pizza, kind of like a Domino's or a Pizza Hut, or it's a delivery place. Same thing. Walked in and their app was terrible. And I'm standing there. Okay, old man, I get it. The kids working the counter there at Marco's are like, oh God, it's the old boy. He's going to be here for, no, I know my way around an iPhone pretty well. And I am showing it to them going, look at this. This is awful. How am I supposed to figure this? They're like, oh, nobody knows nothing anymore. They didn't say that, but that's a fact. I give a lot of credit, and maybe it's because I used to work for them a year ago for Domino's. Domino's app, fabulous. Congratulations, boys and girls at the Domino's web development office. Thank you so much. Oh, you've ordered from this store before. Would you like to order here again? Yes. Oh, last time you ordered this. Would you like to order it again? Yes. That'll be $8.95. Pay with Apple Pay? Yes. Your order is in the oven. Come pick it up. I'm like, sweet. Thank you. That's all I want.
Now, the only thing I'm going to talk about here for a second is McDonald's again.
Right.
Because if you order from the app and then you drive there or whatever, are they going to make the order when you get there? Because one thing I do not want, and right. My wife was getting McDonald's the other day, and she wanted to know if I wanted anything. I says, yeah, just give me, like some McNuggets.
Right.
And how about fried? No, because I knew by the time she got to the house, the fries would be cold.
Uh-huh.
And fries are the McDonald's fries are so good if they're hot and fresh.
Correct. If
they're just a little warm or cold, they are the worst fries in fast food history. It's like there's no in between. It's like the big bad wolf. It's like Goldilocks, Oh, right. These fries are too hot. Oh, these fries are too cold. Oh, these fries are. Yeah, if you don't get them just right, you might as well not get them at all.
I was going to say, it's like bananas. You leave a bunch of bananas on the counter overnight. They're green. You wake up, they're brown.
Yeah.
There's no in between. So anyway, yeah, I get it. Now, to answer your question, do they make it in advance? I don't think so, because they're usually, they're fast. hopefully, knock on wood, I have noticed when I go in for DoorDash to pick up somebody else's food, it's like they're usually in the process of putting the bag together for me. And then it's like, I'm just going to stand there for 2 minutes. Here you go. You're on your way. I'm like, okay, cool. I like that. Some places, there's a local pizza place right across the street from me. I love them. They're great pizza. It's fabulous. They never have it ready when I get there. I'm going to sit there for 10 minutes and wait. I know that. I just know it. And it's like, come on, guys. Put the damn pizza in the oven. So anyway, I don't know. It's interesting. But again, I think we've been trained. I'm talking about all of us humans now. We've been trained. Nobody goes out to eat. I don't know that nobody goes out.
Now I'm the opposite.
I know you and your wife. I know I have been with BJ and his lovely spouse. They eat out every meal.
Not every meal, but we quite
pretty damn close.
But like kind of like McDonald's fries though. Like my son is a DoorDash king.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they know where he lives, right?
Oh, do they? I mean, and he's like the dad that says, my daughter and my son can, use my account.
Right.
So it's not like they come for one meal. They're like, like I've been there and DoorDash has been there 3 times for dinner. Cause I don't want that. Well, let me order my own. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like DoorDash Central. It's like they should know the guy by, his first name,
Is dad a good tipper?
Yeah, he's a good, I think so.
I'll bet he is. Yeah, boy, I'd love to have him on my neighborhood. Wow.
But but see, the wife and I, like, okay, let's just use an example of a meal.
Right. Outback Steakhouse.
By the time it gets there, your potato is somewhat cold. Your steak isn't juicy and hot. It's been put in a little plastic container. Then it was shipped to your house, and by the time you get it at your house, you get it unpacked and you eat it. It's not cold, but it's warm, maybe.
Right. Maybe.
But you go to Outback.
Right.
You order the steak, you order the potato, it comes to your table. It's hot, fresh off the grill.
And God forbid that your DoorDash driver hopefully has a bag, a keep it warm bag, which I do. I have a pizza bag and I have a regular sized meal bag. So again, if I'm driving, and I had one of those yesterday. You were talking about yesterday. Yes, I was out driving. I picked up 2 pizzas, 2 large pizzas. Boy, they smelled good too. I might have to go back to this place. It's in my neighborhood. And then I looked at the delivery and it was literally across town, literally a 25-minute drive, because the app tells you where you're going as a driver. It's like, okay, you're going to this location. And if I would have seen that first, I would have never picked it up. I mean, even putting it in the pizza bag, when I got there, the family was in the front yard. The kids were playing and mom and dad were out there. And I'm handing these pizzas to mom and I go, you must really love this particular restaurant. She goes, no, I never had it before. They had a special going on the app. See, on the app, they had a special. And I'm like, I hope they're still warm because it's literally a 25-minute drive to get here in traffic and they were in the bag. So, okay, they were probably okay. But even then, God, I hate pizza delivery. I don't hate pizza delivery. I love pizza. I love when it gets whatever, but I will go pick it up rather than have it delivered because I never know how long it's going to sit in somebody's car. I know. I'm that guy. I'm that guy delivering it.
And aren't you that guy, or maybe not, but aren't you that guy you see, oh, this restaurant has this and this restaurant has this. I can put those together. Have you ever done that where you pick up 2 at a time?
I can't make that decision. Sometimes the DoorDash app will say, oh, you're right here. There's one right across the street. Do you want to pick that one up too? And you can accept or not, or decline. I was actually in, and I hate this. Why people, I know why, because it's easy and convenient. And like, I get an order for 7 items at a dollar store, at the Dollar General down from me. I hate shopping at a Dollar General because have you ever been into one of those dollar stores? They look like a bomb went off and stuff is everywhere. and you're trying to find a specific cat food to take to this and it's like, oh my God. So I decline a lot of shopping ones, unless it's a really good tip and it's really close. But if you're going to pay me $3 to get 10 items at a DoorDash and it's a 10-minute drive away, that's a decline. Sorry. I'm not.
Yeah. See, now my wife's the feely touchy person. She's got to go pick out her own stuff.
That makes perfect sense for like grocery shopping and that sort of thing. Why would I trust some goober like me to go into Target or Aldi's or Winn-Dixie? I've done to Winn-Dixie and full grocery runs at Winn-Dixie, full grocery runs of 25 items or something like that. Are you nuts? Do you think I care if I pick up the nice fresh lettuce or the nice fresh avocados? I don't care. Shouldn't be saying that, but it's true.
DoorDash is listening. Okay, yeah. we need to X this guy out.
Cut him off. Get him out of here. Right. And I mean, the DoorDash app, again, here's another good app. The DoorDash app is brilliant. I mean, they got it down, pick up this. And, if you go into CVS, okay, I need a box of Band-Aids at CVS. It's on aisle 7. Oh, they know what aisle it's on. It's not always correct, but it's pretty darn close. And so anyway,
now
that's my rant for today.
Now I have noticed that using DoorDash every now and again,
right?
It'll ask you also, well, do you need anything else like from this store or this? And I go, whoa, I'm thinking like you're kind of thinking though, if I'm going to get my food delivered,
right?
But yet I want the guy to run over here and get this. And then I want him to run over. By the time the food gets here, it's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold. There, when you, as a DoorDash person, as a dasher, you're a dasher, of course. When
Not
I'm
Vixen,
walking
Comet,
into any, what's that?
Not Comet, Cupid, or Vixen.
You're a dasher. That's right. I'm one of the reindeer. When you walk into the store, if it's a shopping run like Aldi's, Target, Publix, Winn-Dixie, CVS, Walgreens, when you're walking into a shopping run, there's a button on the app that says, do you want to send a text message to your customer that, hey, I've arrived at the store. If you think of anything else, go ahead and add it. I'm here now. And I always say, no, don't send that. I don't want somebody coming up with 6 other things while I'm, it's like, oh, that would help your ratings as a dasher. I don't care. I don't care. So anyway, boy, folks, you're getting all this inside information on DoorDash today. How cool is that?
I'm thinking, I might not use DoorDash ever again.
Well, no, again, they do great. They really, I mean, I'll be in a restaurant waiting for an order and 2 more DoorDash drivers will come in behind me because you're going to different places or whatever. And I'm in what I would consider to be a pretty small, Gainesville, not a big town.
Yeah, but it's a big college town. I think you'd be pretty busy.
Which is exactly why I do not work on Friday night and Saturday night. Because good God, I'm looking for a dorm room or a sorority house at 9 o'clock at night in the middle of campus when it is swarming with the young kids. Oh my God, that's a nightmare to me. And of course, college kids, not the best tippers either. So there you go. So that's where I'm at, baby. Give me the suburbs, give me easy, give me Five Guys, give me Five Guys pickups, give me pizza store pickups. Give me Outback pickups. Outback is great because you just drive up to the window and the little girl comes trotting out and I just go, here's my order. And I show her my phone and she goes, I'll bring it right out to you. I don't even get out of the car. So love it. That's my rant. And it's a good one.
Oh, okay. We still got time.
We got a few minutes.
I thought we may have ranted out. So I better.
What else you got?
I don't know. The election will be over. That'll be a blessing. When you listen to this, you won't have to. I am so sick of the commercials. I would say that is the worst part. Right. Well, actually, there's 2 parts of life that are sad. Election time. And then as soon as election gets over, and it's already started.
I said time, and I said election time, and,
and she thought you were. She thought
I was talking to her.
Yeah.
So anyway, 2 times that are worst. I'm sorry, she cut you off there.
Yeah, election
commercials.
Time,
yep.
Of all the commercials,
Yep.
And then all the commercials and all the mail that you will get right after and right during the election, because I am now a senior citizen. And so they want me to get my Medicare Advantage plan. All I need to do is call and they
Yep.
will give me all the details. How many of those letters and commercials do you see around this time of year?
A lot. And it's interesting you mentioned that, because I literally just changed my Medicare plan to an Advantage plan. And yes, so hopefully I will be saving some money. I'm told that I'm going to be saving money, and I'm like, okay, sign me up. Can you start tomorrow? No, it has to start in January.
Should have maybe talked to me first.
Why?
My wife.
You and I are at total opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to healthcare, BJ Odom. You're on the frequent flyer list at every healthcare facility in Central Florida, and I don't even go.
I got the frequent flyer, policy. Yes.
Yes, you do. Yes.
My wife, she has turned the magic age.
Oh, okay.
She got an Advantage plan.
Yes.
And she has a few doctors. It seems like everywhere she went with her Advantage plan, we don't take that. Oh, we don't take that. Or
interesting.
Also, she got to the point where there was always the big copays. And
how big? I mean, we're talking a lot of money, or $20?
No, not $20, like 50.
Oh, okay.
And then, so I said, you know what, for a few dollars more, you can get the old man's policy like I got. And they give you everything.
I was on that plan, and I'm going to be doing this Advantage one. And of course, here in Gainesville, University of Florida Healthcare rules the roost. You can't throw a rock without hitting a UF healthcare facility somewhere. And the guy that signed me up said, most of UF healthcare covered. BJ, I have been to a doctor. I just went to my eye doctor because I get the annual, because I had the whatchamacallit. I had the I was gonna say LASIK, but not LASIK. I had the
cataracts?
Whatever. The what?
Cataracts?
Cataract. I had the cataract thing done 2 years ago. So I go and I have my eyes checked every 6 or 8 months just to kind of keep an eye on things. Sorry for the pun. But that's it. That's the only thing I have done doctor-wise in the past 2 years. Well, so that's how many things. That's how often I go to the doctor, which is not at all.
Yeah, well, it might be all right for you then.
If what I hear is the truth, if what I hear from this guy is right, it's going to save me $150 or $200 a month. A month. I'm like, I'm all in. Can I do it right now? Yeah, no, you got to wait till January. Okay, fine. I'm all in.
Yeah, my wife first got on that policy, and like I said, right out of the chute, 3 of her doctors, we don't take it. No, we don't take it.
I understand.
No. So she
didn't like
called up and said, hey, have my doctors. Now, I want to change gears, though, because you said UF Health.
Right.
You're in Gainesville.
Yes, I am.
How far away am I from you?
Well, when I drove,
miles wise,
mile-wise, not that far. I mean, it's like a 90-minute drive, not even.
90-minute drive, right down the road,
yes.
Which would actually have been further from you than where we met, because we met, downtown.
Downtown.
So on the south side of town,
yes,
there's a brand new, and it used to be a CVS pharmacy. There's a brand new UF Health facility going in there.
We are everywhere.
I know
Gators are everywhere.
I'm thinking maybe I need to start going there.
There you go. So we're everywhere. I'm telling you, we're everywhere. I use it so infrequently that it's not something I am really concerned about. Maybe that will change in 10 years when I'm an old man, but I'm never planning on getting old. So there you go.
And here's the problem too, though.
Yes.
Once you get old, because you're not now,
right,
and you start needing all this stuff,
right,
then you can't trade up. You can trade down, but you can't trade up.
even in December, January, when the trading time comes around, when the trade deadline, it's like sports.
You can change policies,
right?
Like there's G's, there's F's, there's
yeah,
all the.
I had everything.
but that policy you had,
right?
now that you've dropped it and went to the G or whatever you went to,
I,
the just the Advantage plan.
yes,
Let's say something does happen down the road and
yes.
you need lots of doctors. Hopefully not,
Hopefully not.
but you can't like change back up.
Hmm. Interesting. We'll
Yeah,
find out.
just yeah. So
I mean, I get it. And again, I every night I go to bed thanking God for the blessings of my good health. I do. I really do. Because I literally here at my apartment, the lady, there's a elderly, and they're not elderly, they're probably mid 70s. I shouldn't say elderly. Couple lives behind me. She just had a knee replacement. And I was talking to the husband because he was out doing the grocery shopping because she's at home recovering. How'd that go? Oh, they screwed it up. They shattered a bone when they were screwing things together. And now she's going to be on crutches even longer. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. She's fine. It's just going to make for a longer recovery. She's fine. She's like the third person I've known with a knee replacement this year. I'm like, what the hell? Where am I on this?
I don't know, but when I walk,
I'm so
my hips make funny noises. I don't know what's up with them.
kind of like my car. My car's making funny noises now, and that'll be just as expensive as a hip replacement. So yeah, I hear you. But I am so fortunate and so thankful and for the blessings of my good health. So anyway, that's how I'm living right now. I want to believe that I'm taking good care of myself. I know I could do better. And so I will. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
My blessing is I got good doctors that put me back together when I fall like Humpty Dumpty, and then all the king's horses and all the king's men go, oh my God, we got to put this mess back together again.
It's like going into a dollar store on a Saturday night. I just see stuff scattered everywhere. We got to pull this back all together. Oh my God. So, and that, folks, was a callback. So there you go. I mean, I get it. The bottom line is just do your best at taking care of yourself, because nobody can do it for you. They can just put things back together when you break them, but if you don't break them, you're probably going to feel a lot better. So that's my preaching for today.
Well, good podcast, young man.
Awesome as always. So it's going to be real interesting next couple of days. Like we said, now we're recording this again, as we said earlier, on a Monday. God help us with this election. Let's just hope it's nice and peaceful. We get through it. I think the chances of that are 0, but I don't know. God, I hope so.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it being over, but I don't know if I'm looking forward to being over, because I don't think it'll ever be over.
Somebody posted on Twitter/X. The fact is that for the last 3 or 4 months, ever since Joe dropped out of the race, we have basically had no president. I mean, have you heard from the guy? Have you, nothing. Basically, we've been running this country with no president for the past few months. And you know what? It's been running okay. So do we really need all of that? Do we need a guy that's got his hands on the controls at all? So anyway, that's the libertarian in me. I got a lot of libertarian blood. Like, just, leave us alone, basically.
Well, I have always voted libertarian,
right,
until the last 3 elections.
Oh dear. Okay.
And then I still want them to win. I still think that would be the party that would be the best bet. Just someone I just have, well, never mind. We'll just
I know. You got 90 seconds to go in the program. We don't want to open a whole can of worms with just a minute left in the show. God bless, as Tiny Tim in Christmas Carol said, God bless us all, everyone.
Yeah.
And stay calm, folks, stay peaceful, and it'll be okay. We'll get through this okay. I promise. So there you go.
And if we don't, hey, I'm an old fart, so.
Yeah, exactly. I'm an old guy. What do I care? I don't. Anyway, have a great week, folks. Go out and vote. Do your duty.
No. They're going to hear this after Election Day.
Oh,
What are
you're
you trying
right.
to
I'm
do?
sorry.
You're trying to have them vote twice? I see what you're doing, Bill.
Vote
Stevens.
early and often.
You're
Yes.
trying to.
I'm sorry. See, I blew the whole timeline thing there. The whole time travel thing just screwed up. All right. I hope you had a good experience with your voting. How's that? I trust that you had a good experience with it, and the person who you wanted to win won, and the ballot things that you wanted to win, I hope they won too. So I think that pretty much covers it. I think so.
Yeah. And
Whatever.
they didn't.
If they didn't, you'll get over it. It'll be okay. All right. Have a great week, everybody. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting and crazy, but again, we'll get through it and it'll be okay. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next week and sort all this out. But until then, it's just up to BJ Odom to say,
See ya.